Good afternoon, Chair Shopham Hatch speaking. Mr. Frunch. No, I certainly will not address you by your proper title. Just hold on, I'm on the phone. Why not? Because peerages don't come on the back of cereal boxes. Look, I don't care how you got it. It's as fake as that thing on your head. I wanted to speak to you about those diesels I got from your region on trial. You call those things the future of our network? I deplored what I saw. When you see two relatively new diesels being rescued by one of the machines that's supposed to be replacing on the mainland, it raises more than just a few questions. I might well be stuck in the past, but you can take that ruddy spam can back and put it with the rest of those misfits I've returned to you. Honestly, that man's a pain in the rear end.
Coming to an end on the other railway. Visiting diesels of very types growled and sneered at the Fat Control's engines, who were still proudly flying the flag for real engines everywhere, and they were determined at all times to defend their position, especially when troublemakers were wont to rear their ends.
It's time, my dear 7101, that we took this scrapyard and made it into something useful.
Excuse me? What?
Oh, no, don't blow a stack or anything. The rest of the network's gone and done the deed. Good riddance to all.
Now hang on there, 199. It's their railway after all.
No, not for long, it's not. Don't get yourselves comfortable in your sheds, will you, my dear Stevies? Our controller says that you lot spoil our image.
Of course you do, hang it all. We show what useless frauds you are. You call yourselves engines? In my experience, if anything happens, you care nothing for your train. You just sit there and moan for a fitter. We bring it home if only on one cylinder.
Well, if you ask any one of us, we're quite agreed. British Railways are losing the best thing that's ever happened to them.
Oh yes, I'm sure they'll regret getting rid of their antique collection later on, but rest assured, nothing ever happens to us. We are reliable, and you are on your last wheels.
Oh, shut your trap, you horrible pile of stinking junk. God, you're all the same, you diesels. You're all talk and no go. At least with us lot, you can tell which end's which. With you lot, you can't tell whether you're talking out your mouths or your backsides. The average enthusiast would probably take one look at you and go, "Oh God, it's his ass!"
The Fat Controller knows better than that thin git who looks after you.
How terribly rude. I was only just trying to start conversation.
Well, you started it. Now shut your mouth and stop spouting that nonsense. You're an airshed on their own turf. Know your place, 199, or you'll get into trouble.
Sadly for Duck, James and every other engine on the line, 199 thought he did. The following day, Henry was returning home backwards, hopping very slowly along the main line.
The regulator would have to jam so soon after Duck fooled me with those wretched tenders. Now the others won't laugh at me again.
Give it a rest with your complaining, will you? Good grief, it could have been a lot worse. We could be stuck here altogether. At least your reverser still works.
I suppose so. But whatever happens, don't let that vile diesel from the upper railway see me limping back like this. It'd be bad enough getting a ribbing from the others, but from him...
Henry puffed on for a few more miles and stopped by a signal box to whistle for a road. There, opposite the box from the up line, was Diesel 199 with a train of oil tankers. Henry grimaced.
Oh no, I'll never hear the end of it now. It'll be out of date this, out of use that, and ready for scrap for the remainder of his stay. Ugh!
The Diesel stood looking stony-faced, narrowing his eyes, and in spite of Henry's awkward position, he said nothing at all. The signalman in the box, however, had plenty to say.
Oh, thank goodness you're here. Henry, here, take this spam can away from me, please.
Eh? What on earth for?
Because the wretched thing's failed. The Limited's behind and all he's done is wail for his fare to come and see him. Completely useless. And he's the face of the modern other railway. Huh.
Useless? Spam can? I'll have you know, sir, that
Stow it. I've heard enough from you today. Any more ear whinging and I'll take me tin opener to you.
The Diesel subsided into silence, and Henry pulled the train clear of the points. 199 didn't bother to help at all. He just sulked behind.
Oh, helped by a relic. Oh, the indignity of it all.
Hey, Spam Can, look. There's that little pal of yours.
Sim 101 was pulling the Limited that day. He rushed past with a growl and a roar, but he was too busy to notice 199's awkward situation. He was having troubles of his own. Henry and 199 watched interestedly as the Limited slowed to a grinding halt about half a mile from the box.
Goodness me, 2 diesels out for the count in one day. Whoever would have thought it?
It's like an horrible nightmare come true. For the other railway, that is.
Better go and see what happened to that one.
7101's ejector had failed, meaning that air had leaked into the train's brake pipes and put them on. 7101's brakes were already leaking on when he passed Henry and 199. Gently at first, and then harder and harder. And no amount of growling was going to shift them. Henry's driver returned with the bad news.
Well, that certainly tells it. His ejector's gone. There's no chance that they'll be able to move those coaches on their own, at any rate.
I can't have 2 trains blocking the main line. You'll have to shift him. You're the only reliable thing we have left on section.
Ooh, well. Did you hear what Signalman said, Henry?
And I thought they'd be laughing and sneering at me. And now the joke's on them.
Yeah. Moving 2 dead diesels in their trains, though. That's no joke for a failed engine. Do you think you'll manage it?
Well, I'll give it a jolly good try at any rate. Anyway, 7101's better than that old Spam Can. He did try and shut him up last night.
I think you just stop with this Spam Can, Claptrap. I'm always
Talking out your exhaust as usual. Now can it?
Come on, Henry. No point wasting time arguing with him. Can't keep the passengers waiting much longer as it is, eh?
Right. Here goes. Get moving, you move!
Henry gave a hearty blast of his whistle and lurched forward, hauling the sulky diesel into motion and ready to start the rest. He buffered up gently to the limited, and his fireman coupled the brake pad to the coaches.
Well, what do you know? It's better than we thought, Henry, old fellow. The front diesel 7101 can keep pulling if we keep the brakes open for him. So the only weight we're actually carrying is Spam Can's goods.
Thank goodness for that.
Are you ready back there?
Yes, I am. What about you, Spam Can?
Don't even speak.
At the front, 7101 growled loudly and hauled the train forward. Henry puffed gamely in the middle. And Spam Can and his oil tankers followed on meekly behind. At the station, Donald and Flying Scotsman waited patiently for the cavalcade to arrive.
Ah, brilliant! Here he is! Good show, Henry!
Aye, well done. Colin Shorm was in charge, J-Mon.
Well, 7101 did well too. He saved a lot of weight and effort off my buffers, which is more than that can be said for that wretched Spam Can I towed all the way here.
The triumphant moment was always marred by a swarm of angry passengers who were most upset about the horrendous delay.
Ladies and gentlemen, I do apologise profusely for the delay. There has been the result of technical faults with the two diesels that we have hired in from another region. However, I think we can all take pride in the fact that Henry, who has suffered a technical fault today, managed to get us here safely despite his own difficult circumstances.
He has the maturity to understand that he can't solve problems just by dithering next to a signal box and begging for a fitter to come and mend him on the spot. And that, Spam Can, my dear, isn't what real engines do when in doubt.
That's right, rub salt in my wounds. That is my fitter anyway. Fitter!
Henry is an enterprising engine, and we're lucky to have him.
A rapturous applause went up for Henry, and his passengers took his photograph, while the pack controller began rearranging the trains.
What shall I do with Spam Can? 199.
John'll can take him back to the other railway with the goods. 7101 can make way for Flying Scotsman instead.
Very good, sir. Donald and I'll give these two a valuable lesson in how trains should be acted. This will show our former controllers on the other railway.
I'd rather see my fitter first.
We'll see nothing but the back end of a tender for the duration, so I suggest you shut up and put up.
If that's the future, then I'm glad I'm stuck firmly in the past.
Flying Scotsman's presence sparked frenzy among the passengers who clamoured around to take photographs. Had the guard not tactfully shooed them into the coaches, the train would have started later than ever. Eventually, everything died down, and Henry and 7101 went back to the shed together.
I do apologise for last night. We're not all like him, you know.
Oh, that's alright. You did get old Reliable to shut up after all.
Yeah, but I made a fool of myself today.
Rubbish. A failed ejector might happen to any engine. Look at me, for example. I lost my regulator today.
You? Failed?
And Well, emergency, you know. Trains must get through. We can hardly let the Fat Controller and the passengers down now, can we?
7101 said no more. He had a lot to think about.